What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's. It's your boy Gage. I'm here with the homie Sin.
Yes, sir.
Right there.
I'm here.
You are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about all the things that are happening in pop culture. And today,
Today,
Jokes is not here.
yeah, he's gonna be running behind.
He's not running behind. He's not coming. Let's not tease the people, because we know between Justice for Jokes and Justice for Jim and the Cute, they're looking for Slim. So we just had to be honest with the people and tell them he's not coming. Right?
Okay, I think he'll make it.
All right. How's my Superman doing today?
Terrible.
Yeah?
Terrible.
Is it the shirt?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure.
Yes, I did. I did two of them. Did
you do 2 cheese puffs?
I did.
I don't remember that. I only remember one.
I did too, unfortunately.
You sure?
Okay. I'm positive.
What day?
The last day.
The third day.
Whichever day that I did it, which I believe it was the third day, right?
Third day you did. Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, you did one the third day.
Yeah, I did another one too. Like Cuddy said something or something like that, and I went ahead and popped another one just because. I did 2 of them.
Y'all don't remember that. I do remember the smelling salts.
I remember that one too, because that burnt to high hell.
Remember that? Lots and lots. So listen, because Jokes isn't here, Sin, you got a job to do. Can you throw that Beacons link up there, please?
I can do that.
It should be in there. All you gotta do is click on it and hit thing and tap B, and it should pop up. Listen, for all of you who are hanging out, who are watching, if you go to that Beacons link, that is the easiest way to find us and to go follow us across the board on all our socials, as well as our Patreon. You will find that there is still a link there to our Extra Life page, because you can still donate. Donations are accepted all the way up through December 31st, so through the very end of the year. And more than likely, we'll do something at some point later on in the year to see if we can't, but you can feel free to donate, right, Sin?
Absolutely.
Speaking of Patreon, just a reminder that we have updated our Patreon. It's a little bit different than it used to be. It's a lot a bit different than it used to be. So if you haven't checked it out in a while, you may want to go there and check things out. There's some changes that are made, a lot more tiers that are there. The ability to pay upfront if you would like to do that, since I've been asked about that. Hey, can I just pay? I don't want to do monthly. I just want to pay for the whole thing. You can now do that. That is an option. So please go and check out the Patreon. We are on the race to 1,000 followers on YouTube still. So, if it so moves you, if you're not watching on YouTube, if you would mind going to the YouTube and just hitting subscribe, we'd appreciate it. If you're there and you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate it. And a like always helps. It just tells the algorithm that people like what we're doing and feeds it to more people. And you always got to fight the algorithms these days. Ain't that right, Sam?
That's a fact.
It is a superb fact. So, before we start digging too deep into the actual pop culture news, first things first, let's talk about Extra Life.
Hey.
We have still had donations coming in. So, on a goal of $3,000, we are currently at $3,157 raised. So that is awesome. And that is thanks to you all. We greatly appreciate you hanging out with us all weekend while we played games and had some shenanigans and, did some things to pay for some stuff. That's right, Doctor Who. Like the show. No matter where you're watching, like the show. Click the heart. Click a thumbs up. I'll be honest with you. I'll take a thumbs down.
Just something to feed the algorithm.
Who doesn't care? Like, they just don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't. They're just like, ooh, people hate this, show it to more people.
Yep.
Like it's so weird. It just so yeah, so we did really well this weekend. And talk to me, give me your thoughts about the weekend as a whole.
I think it went really well. I think we had a good
I
selection
just
of
said
games
that.
to play. Well, just give you my thoughts. I think it was good overall. I think we had a good selection of games. We had a lot of people join the team. Zayna did a phenomenal job. Edie was pulling in donations. She did a great job. Marcus even pulled in some donations. Him running Destiny with his squad. I think overall we had a great time. I enjoyed the idea of splitting it up into 3 days. I did think it helped out a lot. I think that is the way to go for the future and
In what way?
beyond. Just
When you say it helped out a lot, in what way?
just spreading it out over more time, giving more people to view instead of doing it for that 24-hour time where it gets stupid late and we're delirious and we're struggling to get through, and people would have gone to sleep who would have been usually watching by that time. I think it just helps better just reach more people doing it this way. So I liked it. I enjoyed it overall myself, and looking forward to the future.
Yeah, I think maybe the only thing I would change is we might run later on Friday. But I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday is the way to do it. I think as opposed to doing it 24 hours straight. Like the allure of doing a 24-hour straight marathon is partially the point. I think there's something to that, like the idea of like, oh man, and I do think that there are people who tune in at like 3 a.m. to see if we're still going, right? Like who passed out, you know what I mean? Who fell off, who disappeared for a little while or whatever. And it happens. But I think it's easier to plan this way. I think it's easier for people to plan to tune in this way. I think it's easier for people to plan to participate with us in the same way. Hey, listen, nobody paid
to keep them names
to
on.
have the D&D names remain. Though I will tell you that when we log into the software that we use to broadcast this, it has this weird tendency to force us to it'll show up. We show up as somebody else's name all the time for some reason, and it has like an audio cue that tells you like when somebody has joined the stream, and that joint definitely was like Jim and the Q. Oh no, Slim didn't. Better get out of here. What's up, Zay? Yeah, I definitely think that. I definitely think 3 days is better than a single 24-hour run. I think for our sanity, I think for I took off Monday, but I probably could have not taken off Monday this time. I took off Monday because in years past, it's been like, you know what?
Yeah.
You
take a day to relax.
Yeah, just a rest. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was really cool to have folks like Rob join us to play Destiny. Good to have Marcus on the team. Great to have Frosty jump in to run D&D with us. She's run other stuff with us in the past, Among Us and that kind of thing. I do agree, and I think we had a pretty good selection of games that kind of tapped into different genres. Friday, Saturday, Sunday was great. Def go later on Friday, though. I got more viewers after like 6. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think Friday we should maybe go later, like 2 to 10 or something like that. I could even see going till like midnight because we're not starting again until 12 the next day. Like midnight's not that bad. So I think that that's probably the only thing I would really do differently is try to make sure that more people can tune in on Friday, so we're not 12 o'clock in the afternoon Friday, everybody's still at work. So other than that, man, I enjoyed it. I thought I had a really good time. I think that the incentives were really good this year too. Overall, people like seeing us in pain. and are willing to pay for it. Cuddy paid a lot for it.
He did.
Cuddy
Salute
paid
to
a lot
Cuddy.
for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be upfront. Jokes does not have his Pokemon card yet. I still have it. It's sitting right here, but I'll make sure he gets it before the week is out. I mean, he's right down the street. He worked too late for me though. Can't be,
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great to have like Extra Life popping into the stream and Children's National popping into the stream. To check on us and see how things were going with the snacks and all that jazz. It just it kind of does give you that additional pep. And I think I felt more excited and energized for each thing that we were doing because of the way we did it. So I definitely think going forward, 3 days is the way to split it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any final thoughts on Extra Life, Sin?
No, I look forward to it every year. I, enjoy the way we've done it previously. I enjoy the way we switched it up this year. Another good year, and like I said before, I'm looking forward to when it comes back around next year.
Excellent. Let's talk about our buddies AMC real quick.
What's up with them?
I mean, we've had plenty of discussions about AMC and how the pandemic has affected them and whether or not they're going to make it or whatever. So today AMC announced a new partnership. And that partnership is with Zoom for something called Zoom Rooms. So I'm going to read you a little bit from this article on CNET. AMC Theaters is partnered with Zoom to transform select movie theaters into enormous video conferencing rooms. It said Monday. The service is designed to offer companies with decentralized workforces and customers a way to bring people from different markets together for cohesive virtual and in-person events and meeting experiences. Companies will be able to book movie theaters online for 3-hour blocks at a time, with capacity ranges between 75 and 150 seats. The Zoom Rooms at AMC will offer traditional movie theater food and beverage options. Quote, one of the lessons learned during the pandemic when so many of us were forced to work remotely was the importance of a reliable dynamic communication platform, unquote, AMC Theaters CEO Adam Aron said. Quote, we also learned that even though we may be spread far apart, the ability to come together in person is as important as ever, end quote. Zoom Rooms at AMC is slated to launch sometime in 2023 across 17 major U.S. markets. Sin. How is this going to work? I've known for theaters to allow people to hold conferences and things like that and use the projector screen for slides and stuff like that in the past. It's not completely uncommon. Mm-hmm. I think it's the partnership with Zoom that makes this interesting. What's up, Alfonso? How will this help AMC? Is this?
So let me just get this straight. Companies can log their employees into Zoom meetings and watch movies?
What? No. What? No, you wasn't listening at all.
Or they go there and rent out a room and watch them together.
They have meetings. They have Zoom meetings. Conference calls.
Just a regular conference call, Zoom work meeting at a theater.
I mean, I imagine that they're going to outfit theaters with, cameras or something so that they can see the crowd of people there. Yeah. What's up, Heather? So I guess the theaters will have a camera or something in place so that, I mean, obviously the point of a Zoom call is that you can see each other.
So just a Zoom call in an AMC theater, pretty much. They get to hold their presentations and all that type of stuff there. Like, I agree with J. Robert Deans that where is it at? Yeah. AMC is grasping at straws. Like, I don't think this will necessarily help in the long run for AMC at all. Companies have been getting along fine without doing it in theaters, unless they're doing it some stupid cheap rate for them to switch what they're usually used to switching with that. I don't think it's going to help at all.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I guess the thing for me is I don't know why. I mean, again, I have seen. Yeah, this is a solution to a problem no one has. Again, I have seen businesses use theaters to do presentations. Oh man, go ahead and say thank you. Go ahead and say thank you. Alfonso loves that shirt.
Say thank you, Alfonso.
My man. Yeah, I don't. I don't see how this will really help AMC because I don't see why businesses would use this now. Unless as a very large corporation, you intend to have people across multiple cities go to theaters to have a thing. Mm-hmm. Well, so I think, J. Robert Deans, that the point of Zoom is that you don't have to go to the office. Not necessarily that you don't have to leave.
But you go to the theater to see everybody you're trying to avoid in the office.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think the difference. That's right, Marcus. It is Super Sin. I think the thing is, a lot of people have started to work remotely in cities they're not even in. Mm-hmm. You know, remote work that wasn't remote work before, where like previously you had to go to an office, and now like people have over the last couple of years gotten jobs in completely different cities and states than they have ever worked in. And so I guess, you could, I'm sure they use Zoom all the time. And if you wanted to do a big conference or something, like if you have a company that does a big conference and maybe like now it doesn't make sense to do that, it could be cheaper for the company to rent out several theaters across several states if you have employees that are across the board to do it. I don't see that this will help AMC. I just don't see that working. If your people are all gathering in one place to watch a speaker, why not go to actually see them? If not, I watch from home in my PJs. And I agree. Again, I don't know, bro. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why this would be. This sounds like a more expensive endeavor than AMC should be putting money into. Because again, I have to imagine that. I'm sure they have internet, but they have to be able to stream.
Yeah.
Right, and they have to have cameras in place.
Yeah.
So they have to spend the money to make that happen. I don't know. This is dumb.
It is.
That's where I'm at.
They gotta have enough companies come in to make it worth it to do it. Like which doesn't make any sense at all.
I would have to imagine that Zoom, if not AMC, somewhere between the data that Zoom has based on the calls that people are making using the platform, and AMC, again, having had, like I said, I've seen for years that like people would have like meetings in theaters and use the screen like like a college classroom, like stadium seating with a PowerPoint presentation running and a speaker at the front of the room. Like I've seen it. I think there's more money in AMC doing gaming tournaments in their theaters than there's likely to be in Zoom. They could be trying to get in on the mega church model, Jay. it's possible, right? I mean, I guess if you're gonna offer this to businesses, you could offer it to churches too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anybody could do it, I guess, if they want to. But I don't know, Sin.
No.
If your boss is like, hey, next week we're having a big old meeting, and I want you to go to the theater across the street.
Oh, we watching a movie?
No, we're having a meeting. Didn't you hear me say meeting? We're having a meeting.
Why the hell are we doing it at an AMC?
for the popcorn and the drinks, buddy. And you love popcorn.
Yeah, not in this environment or this setting.
That's the only other thing I can think of. Like,
not
AMC is like, oh, let's find another way to sell concessions. Unless they're using it as a team building event of some sort with a movie after, this is stupid. I agree. It could work if they're doing a movie
afterwards, yeah.
After that, but they're saying you can rent it for up to 3 hours.
So that ain't gonna work.
That meeting better be an hour.
Facts, because you ain't watching Wakanda forever.
No. Not if your meeting is longer than that. Yep. I had enough talk about that. You know what I wasn't sure I was going to talk about?
What?
But I might anyway. Chris Evans is the sexiest man alive, according to People magazine. Riddle me this, Sin.
What?
1, is it true? And 2, do you care?
Well, let's start with 2. I don't really care.
No. That's not the order. It's not the.
I mean, he's not an unattractive fellow, sexiest man alive. I don't know. That's for somebody else to answer. You know
what is the criteria? I mean, I feel like Chris Evans hasn't been. Like, what is he doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sexiest man alive is usually somebody who's currently doing something people care about. It's always an actor, though, right? Sexiest man alive isn't usually like a singer, right? Was Prince ever sexiest man alive?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Well, I mean, I know according to People, and what I'm saying is, who are there musicians who? I just feel like there's somebody better. It's not like being Time's Person of the Year. It's just, it's probably more embarrassing for Chris Evans than it is something for him to, but I think he's getting ready to do something. He has something that's getting ready to come out, right?
Got to, yeah. But for I'm looking for the most part, it's actors. Nick Nolte in 1992, sexiest man alive.
Hey, dog, Nick Nolte been ugly his whole life.
Hey,
I mean, he been ugly my whole life. So
1992. 1992, he got it.
What was he doing in 1992, bro? That like put him on. I know Chris Evans has something that's getting ready to come out. Oh, didn't he just do Lightyear though?
He did just do Lightyear. Yeah.
So I guess there's that.
George Clooney, Harrison Ford, Richard Gere.
Oh yeah. He got a Christmas movie.
Twice.
He got a Christmas movie that's getting ready to come out.
Okay. Pierce Brosnan, Ben Affleck, Johnny
that's
Depp,
definitely Brosnan.
Jude Law, Matthew McConaughey, George Clooney again, Matt Damon, Hugh Jackman, Johnny Depp.
Do they do a sexiest woman alive? I feel like they don't do. Like something just seems awry about this.
Nah, it's always
why is this a thing? Oh yeah, it's The Rock and
they have a movie coming out. Yeah.
Got a Christmas movie. Oh, hey, listen, I bet Dwayne Johnson's steaming right now.
They actually have a skit online about that.
Good.
Chris Evans said something to The Rock's like, no, that's me. Like I'm still the sexiest man alive. It's a little funny skit to have.
I know he was the sexiest man alive at one point.
A couple years ago, yeah.
But he just got that it's probably snatched up from under.
2016. 2016, he got it.
That was a long time ago, bro. That don't count no more. He might as well be Nick Nolte.
Hey, you say that to The Rock.
Might as well be Nick Nolte now, bro. I care about
Okay.
that.
She said Blake Shelton. She said was on there 1 year. Yep, he was 2017.
Blake Shelton. I'm having trouble with this. Bearded Chris is nice to look at. Okay. I mean, again, I don't think Chris. I think Chris Evans is a sexy guy. I want to know what the criteria is for being the sexiest man alive. Like,
John Legend, 2019. So 2 singers so far.
Yeah, there's got to be.
What boxes need to be checked to get that?
Because some of these people still alive. Like Chris Evans was alive when these other people got picked. What made Chris Evans so sexy this year? Standing next to The Rock, getting ready to do a movie, doing an animated, just doing voice acting. Like
that's what it was. He was standing next to The Rock. Said, oh yeah, he got to be sexy. Let's put him up there.
Hey, listen, Kevin Hart steaming it because
yes,
he be standing next to The Rock all the time.
I need all that.
He got to be steaming.
Because you know what's coming.
Gotta be. Yeah, I don't know what the criteria is. I can just tell you I don't like it. I'm not about it. Now, again, I'm not against it. I just want to know, like if you were the sexiest man alive last year, let's just say for the sake of argument. Why you giggling?
I'm just trying to figure out where you're going with it. Let's go.
Oh, you already know. Let's just say for the sake of argument that last year you were the sexiest man alive according to People magazine.
Okay.
Right? What did you do in the last year to fall off? Was he put on a Superman shirt? Like,
I could hold on to the title.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like I would love if sexiest man of the year was like you had to was a belt. Like you had to wrestle. Like
you had to maintain that.
It was a main event, dog. You know what I mean? And they did that like if they did it like a pageant. Like we don't have no problem parading women around and Miss America and Miss Universe and whatever it is. Parade these men, man. You know what I'm saying? Put these dudes up on the thing, man, and let them work for it. I just don't understand.
Who else was you up against that year where you beat everybody else out?
Well, that's my point. Is that like again, Chris Evans was cranking in 2016. MCU Captain America was running hard in 2016. He next to The Rock. The Rock was doing all funny business back then. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, what happened to The Rock? How did he fall off? And why now is Chris Evans that guy? What did he do? Why isn't it John Krasinski?
Because he donated money to People magazine? I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
Just saying, I don't know.
All right.
We'll give you an exclusive when our new movie come out. If you put me on that list.
And The Rock's like, I already been there. I've already done that.
You can take it this year.
Yeah. How did you fall off, bro? I don't know.
After America's ass.
You know what I'm saying? By the way, one of the best cosplays I saw at Baltimore Comic Con. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Hey, Slim had a badonkadonk. He had that joint stuffed to the brim, bro. It was hilarious.
Pants was busting at the seams.
I was doing an interview. I couldn't get a picture of that joint. But I know somebody did. See?
And you know what? Listen, from what I just read, he don't have one yet.
Of course not. Of course not. He doesn't, like, for some reason, he hasn't reached the status.
Which?
It's probably not a lot of brown people on the list anyway.
David Beckham, sports guy. Okay.
You're going to have to, have to take that one on the chin. Hey, Sin, did you see Netflix announcement with Microsoft?
No, I didn't see that one.
So Gears of War Why are you pointing?
I did.
You did see it.
I did see that.
Lied to me.
Yes.
Take that S off your chest, man.
Gladly.
I know you would. Yeah, Gears of War is getting a movie, a live action movie on Netflix, as well as an adult animated series.
Okay.
Thoughts? Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Tell me why you mad, son.
I have no faith. I have more faith. I also have more faith in the animated one than the live action one. I just, it's that track record of.
But look, Batista been begging to be Marcus Phoenix for
forever.
Ever.
Yeah.
If they cast Batista, does it go up a notch or two?
No.
All right.
It still sits in. I have no faith in it. Like, video game to movie, TV shows have had a troubled past, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better.
Do you think? So, did you see Uncharted?
Yes, I saw Uncharted.
Did you hate it?
Yes.
All right. Do you think that the Last of Us show is going to be good?
I always have my fingers crossed in hopes that somebody jumps out and does be well, be good and do well, so we can get these things.
Yeah.
It's hard to have faith. From what I saw, though, from the trailer, I did like the trailer. So I have my fingers crossed, but I'm expecting it to, because of the checkered past, I'm expecting it to not hold up.
Yeah, I mean, look, they have the Gran Turismo show, or is it a movie coming? And they just announced like Ginger Spice is going to be in it. I mean, The Witcher's solid, bro. Although The Witcher is not technically a video game adaptation. It's a book adaptation. Those are video games made based on a book. And so I don't know that counts the same way. It's not a straight video game property. So we have to see. Though, even Cyberpunk was technically like a game.
True.
Before, like, it was a tabletop game before it became a video game, before it became an anime. That's really good. What was that? I didn't see that last comment you posted. I'm sorry. Pedro Pascal and The Last of Us. Yeah, I mean, I don't. All right, look. Pedro Pascal is hit or miss for me. Mandalorian is cool. Wonder Woman 84. Terrible. So terrible it almost makes The Mandalorian not good. Like, that's how bad Wonder Woman 84 was. I'm not blaming him for that, though. I won't blame him for it, but his name is tied to it. Yeah, I mean, look, they got the Twisted Metal joint coming
with Anthony Mackie. Yep.
Gran Turismo is probably just a movie about racing.
Yeah, that's the safest bet out of all those. Just
like if it's
Days of Thunder. Just
Days of Thunder. Yeah, like if it's even close to being Days of Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, what's the Ricky Bobby joint? It could be that, and it might be good.
Oh, what is it?
I don't like Will Ferrell.
I hate to cheat like this. Talladega Nights. Got it.
Good job.
Didn't have to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I feel you. Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch all of them when they come out. The faith level is so low.
I honestly don't really care about Twisted Metal at all. Gears, though. I mean, I guess okay, Sin, we're here. Let's have the conversation. Why is it so difficult for video game properties to turn over into IP that work in other forms of visual media. Obviously, you can sell lunch boxes and T-shirts and things of that nature.
I think it's pre MCU. You have these writers and directors and something want to come in and put their own twist to the story and do unnecessary things that they don't have to do to it to make it into like their own version of it, instead of sticking with what has worked and what has made it popular. The reason why it's getting its own TV show or why it's getting its own movie, they come in and try to add to it and twist it, and it just ends up ruining it. I think they're still in that lane.
Give me a second, because I know that historically video game movies are garbage. However, if you go down the list of video game movies, let's just throw some out there, and feel free to jump in at any point, yourself or the chat. Let's run down some video game movies. Mortal Kombat, all of them. Not great, not terrible, but like not great. Doom.
Hey, look,
your man The Rock.
No, Marcus.
Right. Not that bad. I'm okay. I'm Street Fighter,
Terrible.
The movie,
terrible,
trash, but the anime worked.
Anime is fine.
Why though?
I think the reason why.
All right, so look, let me just say, one, the movie steered way too far away from their actual powers and abilities, and did a lot to change up what story is there. Put characters that are supposed to be bad guys, like put good guys on it. They did a lot. They stunk that down. That's a bad example. Give me another.
Uncharted, as we mentioned before. Uncharted.
Sure.
Like one, I didn't like the casting of anybody. I didn't believe they were Sully or Drake. Like, it just didn't work for me. And Uncharted is a shooter, but Drake is out there doing parkour the whole time. Like, it's like that's not his thing. Like, yes, he'll jump and leap from something, but all these parkour techniques and everything, that's not him. That's not. I think the potential was definitely there. I think casting and some of the action stuff was just too off base for me.
So I think when you look at video game to movie adaptations, there are a couple of things. You have the same thing that there used to be, fun but dumb. I mean, it's the same thing as Black Adam. You have the same issue you had with old comic book movies. Tomb Raiders are clean. I think all the Tomb Raider joints are pretty clean. They not
rewatch them. I haven't seen them in forever.
I mean, they're probably dumb now, but like at the time, for the time, they were pretty. Here's the thing: video games did not used to have any stories. For you, Day Bison Grace Joe Village was the most important day of your life, but for me, it was Tuesday. Straight up, don't quote that joint. Like, don't do that. Yeah, like video games, like Street Fighter doesn't really have a story. Mortal Kombat doesn't really have a story. There is a story now, but at the time, the story was just kind of thrown. Like, even if you played the game, like, it just was like, all right, everybody's trying to fight, and who's on teams with who? Man, we're not on the same team. Everybody trying to win a tournament. Like, it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they just try to start putting a story for Street Fighter together until later. Like, it was just
like when Street Fighter animated movie came out and they started talking about like Shadow Lu and like Chun-Li is a police officer agent and she worked with what?
Interpol and all that stuff.
What are you talking about?
She's teaming up with Guile from the Air Force. Like, what is going on here? Like,
okay, she's spinning bird kick. That's what she do. That's it. Like I don't, you know what I mean? But I could rock with it. You know what I mean? In the anime, it just fell. Then they did it again. Like they did the Chun-Li movie, like the straight Chun-Li movie with what's the name who used to play Lois Lane on not Lois on Smallville.
I have no clue who that is.
You know who it is. It doesn't matter. Look up the Chun-Li movie. You'll see. I can't think of her name. But she also didn't have any business being Chun-Li. She has no size. Chun-Li is all size.
Facts.
She's all size.
The Legend of Chun-Li.
See? They actually did a live action Chun-Li movie, which might as well have been the Dragon Ball movie. They did. Like it just. But like, The Last of Us has a great story. It's not a walking simulator of a game, but it's almost a walking simulator of a game. Like the mechanics as far as like the shooting and the fighting or whatever in the Uncharted games are visceral, but not great. You know what I mean? Lana Lang, that's it. Kristen Cruick. I believe that was the last thing she ever did, bruh. And then they just wiped her existence. They were like, Chun-Li, nope. Get her out of here. But like, Uncharted has a great story to be told. And that's what that game is, a game of the year game because it has a great story, not because it's a great game. Anybody who tries to pretend that Naughty Dog does great games, like games, is telling you a lie. They do great stories that have gameplay in them, and the gameplay suffices for the story, but you're in it for the story. The gameplay is not what hooks you. If when you can play Bayonetta, you know what I'm saying? When you can, like, there are plenty of other games that are third person action games that do action better than they do it. But in terms of like what the game looks like and the audio and the visuals and the storytelling, it's basically unmatched, right? Like I would much rather play God of War coming out at midnight tonight, God of War, right? Than play that. Let me know when you're ready to talk about the replacement for Cavill as The Witcher. Anytime you want. Anytime you want. You want to do it right now? We can stop all of this. We might talk about Gears of War anymore at all. We can talk about your man Liam Hemsworth coming to the rescue. Let me start by saying I didn't watch the second season of The Witcher. I watched the first season. I really enjoyed it. Second joint just passed me by. I heard people talking about it, saying they enjoyed it, saying it was great. I don't know Liam Hemsworth from a hole in the wall. I know nothing about his chops. I don't know anything about his sword playability. I don't know anything about his actual acting ability. I know he's related to the other Hemsworth. I know he's been in some stuff. I know he's done some things. I have no. So that means nothing to me.
Yeah,
exactly.
I haven't seen any of The Witcher except for like pieces of season 1. And I agree with you as far as the second part. Like I don't know his work well enough to, you know, if he's able to pull it off yet.
So let me also say, not a huge Henry Cavill fan. Superman, Witcher, pretty cool, pretty dope. Like I know he knows and loves the material. He's one of us. I will give him that. He is one of us. He knows that joint through and through, and he did, I think, a very good job on that. Outside of that, the only thing I know Henry Cavill for actually doing is shotgun arms.
For Mission Impossible, which I
Mission
still
Impossible. That's it.
Which is the best part of the whole trailer.
I don't know why people are so like, I don't care that Henry Cavill's coming back to play Superman. People are like, oh my God, Henry Cavill's coming back, yay. And now he might not be coming back. What do we do? You don't. Who cares? Who cares? Anybody can be Superman. Any white dude, because you can just CG him. They can let Zach Levy stop being Shazam and be Superman if they wanted to. I don't care. Superman is relatively one-dimensional. Relatively. So I don't care. But I don't know what people see in Henry Cavill. I mean, I don't, again, look, he could be sexiest man alive. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's ugly or anything like that. I just don't, he hasn't done enough for me to be like, oh man, Henry Cavill, like, he ain't even close to being like, when you start naming your favorite actors, I don't know anybody who names Henry Cavill. Not in a top 12. He's not in anybody's top 12. Unless you are 12 and you don't know but 12 actors.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Is Henry Cavill in your top 5, Sam?
Not even close.
Exactly. And I'm sure our top 5s are very different, but like, I bet you I would respect your top 5. His dedication to the role. I agree. Like, he loved doing it. And look, here's the thing. For all I know, Liam Hemsworth is all about The Witcher. Read all the books. You know what I mean? Donated money to CG project. Like, I don't know. Like, he could be just as into it as Henry Cavill was. But there's a part of me that believes that The Witcher only got done because Henry Cavill wanted to do it so bad. I do believe that. But I'm not losing sleep over anything Henry Cavill does. Or is it Cavill? I've heard it both ways.
I'm going to go with Cavill. I'm going to go with Cavill for now.
It's got 2 L's. Cavill feels right. Where's he from? He's like, he's not from the U.S. Cavill would British. Be very.
He's a British actor. Yeah.
I think Henry Cavill. I don't know, dog. Yeah, I'm whatever. I'm all right. If he don't, Henry Cavill could do no more acting. That dude could retire
and build PCs and
straight up
play Dungeons and Dragons.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's more of what like I know him for, and like what I know about him. Like, people are like, oh man, turns out Henry Cavill's like a straight up geek. Like, he builds PCs and like plays The Witcher and read all the books and is like all in the D&D or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. He one of us,
right?
I'm with that. He probably has some awards I never heard of. You know what I mean? Or like, I want to say he's done like some stage stuff, which I think is infinitely more difficult than doing screen stuff. So I would give him that. Screen stuff, you don't know who's responsible for what you see there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Tom Cruise could be fluke. He works with the same editors every time. He got a squad. He got a team. Like, y'all make me look good, so I'm gonna keep y'all around. Like, he just
and they keep him from aging.
He got magic. That's keeping him from aging. That's a whole different thing. But like, he works with the same people consistently, same sound people, same editing team. You know what I mean? He might have a different director, but he's really in control because he's the producer. So when he wants to keep doing something, he'll just be like, nah, I want to shoot it again. Let's shoot it again. All right, let's do another take. Why? Why would one of my what?
Because Marcus. Right.
Let's clear this up right now. Let's get this out of the way. You like him and you love him in The Witcher. Yeah, but like him for what? What do you like him for? Not looking forward to seeing anyone replace him. Don't care about anything else he does. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess my point is, I don't know enough about Liam's chops to be able to say that he can't replace Cavill. And if you already like him, Doctor Who, but you love him in The Witcher, why do you like him in the first place? And if you say it's for being Superman, put your hands up. Funny, I like him. You hold on. You like and respect Vin Diesel 1,000% more when I learned he played. Oh, all right. Yeah, I still don't.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Most overrated dude. Now, I mean, look, he got acting chops too. He has like theater chops.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen them. He's never used them on screen. But it's kind of like a really, really, really good rapper who dumbs it down because that's how they make money instead of like trying to be all extra super lyrical, right? So like maybe Vin Diesel just like, I mean, I could act, but nobody pays to see that. They just want to see me blow things up or whatever for the kids. Marcus, listen. Did I somehow mistakenly give people the impression that I don't like Batman?
I think so. Not on purpose, but I think so. I think that's what people are taking away.
Oh,
I think that's what they've taken away from the slander.
All right, give me a second. I'm going to be right back. Send talk to people.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Jay says, hey, when I play D&D, you were instantly an outcast forward. We grabs on any straws. I hear that. I get that. I definitely get that. Henry Cavill is easy on the eyes. If you say so.
He's not the sexiest man alive, though.
He ain't Captain America. He ain't Black Adam.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-oh. Heather says, we getting that Lego Batwing?
Huh?
Heather says, we getting that Lego Batwing?
Hey, bro, listen.
Did you call him out on that, Heather?
Because they act like I don't like the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, you just poke holes. That's what you do.
You misunderstand. You know what I'm saying? You misunderstand. I
never got the impression any of y'all did not like Batman. I just referred to grief, and I was able to
my man got a loading snacks. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. Like I like Batman. He's just not a superhero. And I can live with that. He ain't no Spider-Man. But like I don't dislike Batman. I will pull the Batman piece I have hanging up on the wall down, but I'm just not doing that.
Respect.
It's just not taking that down. Yeah, I don't dislike Batman. It wouldn't hurt me. I have Batman shirts. I have shirts with Batman logo on. I got Joker shirts. I don't dislike Batman. I just dislike the fact that they keep trying to make him a superhero when he's not. He's a police officer. He's a fake police officer. That's it. Guy has no powers. He's just a man with money out there doing stuff he don't have no business doing, breaking the law constantly. Breaking the law and best friends with the commissioner. And then sleeping with the commissioner's daughter, who also happens to be his fake son's girlfriend. Dude's a terrible guy. He's a terrible guy. But like on the Justice League, he's technically the voice of the people. You know what I'm saying? Like he represents all the people who don't have. You know what I mean? We still need your opinion on the struggles and trials Superman overcame growing up. What?
Why do we need that?
What struggles did Superman have growing up?
He was Superman.
Being strong?
Fast?
Not being allowed to like wanting to play football, but knowing he shouldn't because
he would kill somebody.
Right. Just like some could play every position by itself. Yeah, nah. He does have the power of being super privileged. Batman's greatest power. I mean, I guess he can't have it without money, but it's his butler. It's Alfred. We talked about that once, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly believe without Alfred, Batman becomes a villain. Period. He's a bad guy, and he's this close every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, and we did that on Sunday. We did that on Sunday.
Oh, oh, because he's not allowed to say anything bad. Got it.
that
Gotta
was
keep it
on
up. Did
Sunday.
anybody bother to donate $100 to Marcus, please, so he can wear that One Piece hat?
That would be awesome.
It would. I don't know where
I know how much
he
I know
would
how
just
much
have
he
to
wants
take
to
a
do
picture, and we would have to show it every week.
that. Just make sure we put on the screen at the background.
Straight up. All right, so listen, there's only two other things I want to talk about. Send real quick. Black Panther comes out this week. What are your expectations?
We will, J. Robert.
J. Robert Dean, appreciate your support this weekend.
My expectations are
reviews are dropping.
My expectations are high.
Okay.
I think they do have a lot to hold up to with everything, surrounding the first one, how well it's received, with the passing of Chadwick. They have a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
I believe that it will hold up to it. That's the faith I have. I believe it will.
My expectation is that there might be a slightly mixed bag. I think that Shang-Chi did a good job of doing for people of Asian descent what I feel like Black Panther did for people of African American descent or African descent or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think in this there is an attempt to reach a Latin, to have a Latin outreach with what they're doing with Namor.
Mm-hmm.
That could hold meaning to people who aren't us in a way we won't feel. In the same way, like my hopes was that Shang-Chi did that same thing for people the way we felt about Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this might be, doing some of that. Overall, I mean, I think it's going to be good. I think that it's going to probably leave a lot more questions than answers because of where we are. And with this being the final film of this phase, this phase has been disappointing, I think. But I think it's at the beginning of the arc, and we're not quite up there yet as far as the roller coaster is. And so this has to set some things in motion. Quantumania is supposed to be the first film, I believe, of the next phase. And so, we'll have to see. But tickets are in hand. I'm ready to go. My kids' school had fall sports awards night, so I'm late. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How they do? I know they did well. They always do.
And to answer your question, yes, he is. It's his last day, though.
Yeah. Well, his last day or just his last week there, and so this is the last time he'll be late because of that.
I'm pretty sure he said it was his last day there.
I think it's his last day late. But anyway, yeah. He didn't get off until 9, so he won't make the show. All right. God of War drops at midnight.
Yes,
expectations. Right now, it sounds like this joint is game of the year.
Okay. I think as long as they
bring home a rack of 10s.
If they keep to what they did the first time around, yeah, they'll be fine. Just
currently, it has the exact same score on Metacritic as the first one, which is almost impossible to do with a second go round. But it was sitting at like a 94 on Metacritic.
Nice.
Yeah, that's tough. It's hard to do. But my plans for midnight are already set in stone.
Jumping right in and going for it.
What? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mark said it's en route for him.
Good. Awesome.
Can't wait to play it.
I'm in there. Yeah, I'm like amped. My intention was to go back and play the first one again, play 2018 over again. I didn't have time. And then when I got ready to go play it, that daggone Miles Morales was in front of me, and I was like, you know what? finna go swing through the city.
Yeah, I'm running through the first one right now on easy, just for story purposes, just plowing through it. So
The first God of War.
Yeah.
Do we get a free upgrade to PS5? We saw it on PS4. If not, I might wait. No, you do not. This, I think, is the first game where they're not doing that. Though I think, don't quote me on this, you might be able to buy the deluxe edition and get both versions. But I don't know if your progress will carry over from one version to the other. I don't think they do. I think it reads them as two separate. Again, Sony's stupid. This is just, it burns me up, bruh. Like, again, like, this is the issue that I had. My God of War, I started God of War on PS4, and I finally managed to get my cloud saves back. And when I re-downloaded God of War, because I own it, it's now downloaded as the first one. It is the PS4 version of the first one. That's what they had. But, like, it comes up as the greatest hits version now. And so even though that joint, when I look at it, it shows my trophies and all that stuff, and my save data is there, the game will not read my save data because it's treating it like it's a completely different SKU, even though it sees it. So my intention was actually not to just go back and play. My intention was to, like, New Game Plus it and come back in with all my stuff I had already earned and run through it again. And when I couldn't do it, I was like, this is stupid. And then I got so frustrated trying to get it to work right that it just, like, and yeah, Sony just hasn't figured it out. Like, they just haven't figured it out at all. And my Miles Morales was one that if you had the PS4 version, you got the upgrade to the PS5 version automatically. So my PS4 Miles Morales, my save data is there. I was able to get the PS5 version, but the PS4 save data doesn't work on the PS5 version. So you have to start all over again. So it's just Sony's dumb. It's two different games for them, and so they just don't. It just doesn't correlate. It's not. They don't have smart delivery like Xbox does. They get that, they might be doing something.
Yeah, that's
either way, man. Midnight's about to be a problem. So,
yep, it's not that far away.
Sin, let's go to the rigmarole. Oh, shucks. Look at this clown, bro. Look at this. My man showed up just so we could shut it down.
I don't know if y'all can hear me right now.
Yeah.
I can't hear y'all. I got my new headset, so now I got to pair them back up.
We can hear you.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. And so, let my man figure out what he's doing. Sin, you got a job to do.
Yes. So let's go ahead. Let's put that link
Don't
back
you
in
dare
there for
put
everybody.
Justice for Jokes while this is going on.
Let's go ahead.
Justice for Jim and the Cute.
Oh no.
Sandy, you gonna try to get J Mark to do another one shot?
I'll be down for it.
Gucci.
Why doesn't let me paste it in there?
They was waiting for you, buddy.
Oh, he trying to do my job right now?
Yeah, it did this earlier, but now it's being stupid.
Let him do it. I was actually talking about your job, Sam. Like your job.
Okay, well,
Here,
let's
I
shout
can
out
do
our
my
top
job.
tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, and Jonathan Sosa. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
He almost forgot you, Sozier.
Just for a second.
He almost forgot you, Sosa. Yeah. Justice for Jokes and Jim and the Cute. Pretty sure I said don't do that. Well, you know, anyway. Candace Cake and Ice Cream tomorrow at 6. Show up or don't. It doesn't really matter. It's cool. Don't make me change my mind about the Pokemon card. Hey, listen, you can't take the 200
I
back.
say you can't take your donation back from the kids. You're going to go talk to kids.
That's terrible, bro.
That's horrible.
That would be terrible. Oh man. Oh, you could have done it too if you really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Jokes, we are happy to have you, bro.
Hey, I'm happy to come in at the tail end. I got off a little smidge early. I left out a little early, so I made it at the end of the show.
It's nice to have your face in a little square and a little rectangle. You know what I mean? Did you do the other job that Sim was trying to do?
Oh yeah, all
Yes, he
the
did.
links, the beacons link is up in there. We're good there.
Wonderful. Again, please keep in mind that you can continue to donate to Extra Life. All the way up through December 31st. So while you may not have us playing games, there are still incentives that are there. There are incentives that exist. There are things you can make Sin do. So Sin still has an incentive left so that he can dye his hair purple. He has an incentive left so that he can cut the Superman logo into the side of his hair.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be so
Y'all just
I
listen.
do.
Here's the point I'm trying to make. I know payday's coming again in like 2 weeks.
Some people this Friday.
And all I'm trying to say is you can continue to make donations all the way up past Christmas. So when payday comes again, maybe in 2 weeks, you could surprise us. Right, Sin?
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, thank you. That's very nice of you. Jokes.
Yo.
Oh yeah, you could get the new neon brick shirt. Did you get one, Cuddy? I gotta donate those proceeds. I gotta go look at it and see. I haven't checked it today. Thank you again. Jokes.
Yo.
When are we gonna record Spoiler Boys for Black Panther? When are you seeing Black Panther?
I'm seeing it Thursday, 3:00.
Sin, when are you seeing it?
Friday, 6:15.
Huh.
So it's either Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night. And then we still got to do Andor. So it doesn't.
I mean, yes, we do have to do Andor. But that's not like. Yes, they'll both hit Monday.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We can do it. When you seen yours, Gates?
Thursday.
I guess we can do it.
I'm not waiting.
Friday.
That's my
As soon
first
as
point. Huh?
We do it Friday as soon as I get in.
Maybe. We'll discuss it. Just know that come Monday, there will be a Spoiler Boys for Black Panther. And there will be one for Andor as well. Oh, shit. All right. Dope. Excellent. All right. We're getting ready to get out of here. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with us this evening. It's wonderful. It's been great to have you. I'm glad that Jokes got to show up right before we shut it down, which is wonderful because we have things to talk about that don't have anything to do with y'all right now. That's just
All right.
it does. Somebody to be fired from Great Man. I mean, I'm with it. I like it.
Have that INC on the report card.
Yeah, buddy. That incomplete. Yeah, we appreciate all of you who hung out with us over the weekend while we did Extra Life. Couple of things. Not this weekend, but the following weekend, we have 2 conventions. So Sin and Jokes will be in New York at Anime NYC, taking care of business there. I will be here in Bel Air / Hartford County at StellarCon. I am currently looking like I am leading panels for Dante Brasco, Kahari Payton. I don't think we're doing a panel for Nolan North, but Nolan North will be there.
Mm-hmm.
We talked today. So both of them, Ming Chen,
Sweet.
and hosting the kids and adult costume contest. It's gonna be a busy day, but it will be a good time. There's an after party. It's gonna be dope. So if you're gonna be home and be in the area and you want to come out and hang out, and at it, I mean, the con's only 6 hours. It's a little bit of a drive if you're not in that area, but it's cool. It's a good time. There's gonna be some really good people there, who you otherwise won't get to see. We'll have great friends there, like Ming, like Laney. Will be there. It's gonna be a good time. So, definitely come check it out if you can. Otherwise, I'll try to broadcast some live stuff. It's gonna be hard for me to. I'm not really gonna get a chance to go and shoot interviews and stuff like that because I'm gonna be on stage the whole time. But again, sounded like a good time. These guys are definitely gonna have a good time at Anime NYC. So look for some content coming out of that. Like right after those are over, and then we have a couple of weeks before we head out to Ocean City for Ocean City Comic-Con, which is December 10th. Another one-day con, just a few hours, but definitely worth the trip. I highly recommend it if you can come out. Ocean City is beautiful in December when there's nobody there. So it's just nice and peaceful. So consider coming out and doing that. We are doing a panel there. That panel is the top 10 Cartoon Network original animated shows of all time. And we are going to decide it there. There will be shenanigans. There will be jelly beans. There will be rock, paper, scissors. It's going to be a little out of control, but it's going to be a good old time. And MagFest in January. So
MagFest, we start all over again.
That time, the ball is rolling, y'all. All right. Once again, I appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. Joke, since you're here, can you take us out?
I sure enough can.
Thank you.
And just remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we're out. Toodles and lose.
Loading snacks.